Good morning, Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England here. Here to talk about crochet, but more importantly it's the first day of November, so we're starting with hashtag Crowvember. As you know, I don't think I said which I was doing, did I, for today? I don't think I did. Anyway, I decided to do the Christmas kitty. Obviously, you know, I like my cats. Plus, I wanted a small item to do. So, here he is. Little Christmas kitty. Now, I did make a couple of changes. I've put little, I thought this jumper, it's got the little French knots there, but I decided I quite liked the idea of having snowflakes. I've only done 3 on the front, but and they're not particularly good, but they're fine for what it is, you know. And the other thing that I changed, it's supposed to have an I-cord for a tail. Well, by the time I got to doing the tail, it was, you know, quite late last night, and I really didn't have the patience to do an I-cord. Plus as well, I mean, I don't know what you'll think about it, but I just thought something that's just going to come out once a year. I thought, oh, I'll just do my usual method of, you know, going in the back bumps on a chain, and I just did 15 chains, and then went back from the second chain, so I did 14 in the back bump, and I mean, it doesn't look bad. I will do I-cords. I mean, which one is it now? I think it's Rattle's got an I-cord tail, but I just thought it was pointless on this, really. I've also changed the face. I've tried to do something that looks a bit more like a cat. So anyway, I'll tell you what I've done him in. Oh, the other thing I did, and my scarf was turning out a bit short when I'd done it, so I put a little fringe on just to make it a bit longer. So we've done. The body is in, the first 5 I'm going to tell you are all in Serdar Happy Cotton DK. So the body is biscuit, the white parts are shower, the red stripe is lippy, the green in the jumper is wicket, and the black is licorice. I've also used King Cole Glitz DK, it's an acrylic yarn. I showed you it's the glittery one for the scarf in the colour Christmas. I used 6mm eyes. It was supposed to be 7mm, but I don't have any 7mm. I always think it's near enough, isn't it? It's 6. So he's done now. I used my favourite 2.75mm hook. Anyway, so there we go. I know technically my first one was the reindeer, but this is the first proper one for the 1st of November. By the way, absolutely dog tired today. I'm a part-time insomniac, and I had one of those nights last night, so I didn't get to sleep till something like 5 o'clock this morning, and then I had to get up because the groceries were being delivered. So I'm a bit shattered now. There may be an afternoon nap in the offing. Now I've started, if you remember, I got this penguin pattern from lovelycraft.com. So this is my next one that I'm doing. I've just started it this morning, so I've done the centre bit, the white centre bit, and the black around the edges. I'll tell you the cottons I've used when I've finished it. Can I just say to you, when you're tired, which I am, it's hard enough doing single crochets in in the back loops in black at best of times, but I had to do into the back. It's worse to do it in the back loop of a slip stitch, which I've had to do on this one. So I was gobsmacked when I got to the end, and I actually hit all the stitches. But anyway, we've got there. The next bit is you do these back back loop only is for 2 rows, and then you have these front loops round here. And what you do next is you attach another black yarn. You leave this one attached, then you attach another black yarn, and you put some longer stitches there which you bend down to form this beak. I thought it was done with embroidery, but you don't. It's actually stitches. But what I'm going to do is, I'll see if it works out, because this one has got the jog on the bottom. So I'm going to try and work it so that you do the bigger stitches over that and hopefully cover up that, and that'll be on the top side, because it is a round ball now. Once you've done this, it just becomes a round ball. So I'll try that and see what it's like. I'll let you know tomorrow. I was going to go down to one of the cheap shops, well, not cheap shop really, the Range or Home Bargains or the Works in Barnsley, but I'm so tired I don't want to go out really. So I was going to go try and get some of the fancy little pom-poms. So it might end up with one of my white ones on if it's not too big. I don't fancy making a pom-pom that small. But watch this space, we'll look at that later. The reason why I've ended up doing small items now is because my friend, very good friend, we're in fact the 3 of us, we're sort of like best friends, she asked me if I'd do a cow for her auntie in America, for her to send to her for Christmas. Well, as you know, you have to get these things posted off, haven't you, when it's going international like that. So I've had to start that on, I think it was yesterday morning I started it. Anyway, so I'm doing this one, which is Betty the Cow, which is from the Amigurumi Made Easy book. I gave her a choice of a couple to do. Well, 3 technically, because I'd done her one as well once before. She likes cows. And anyway, we decided on this one, which I'm really chuffed about, because I had wanted to do this cow. It's just I'm now having to do it in amongst all the Christmas stuff. Anyway, I've made a start, so I've got the heads, you know, about halfway there. This yarn's beautiful, by the way. I'll explain what it is later. But it's a bamboo and polyamide mix, is that. So anyway, that's me for tonight. For tonight, you see, I'm so tired. It's awful when you can't sleep. Anyway, so I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of #Crowvember. I hope if you're joining in with me, you've got started on your projects. I hope you're not finding them too difficult. Oh, by the way, I'm going to say to you, this is a fairly easy pattern, but it has got lots of parts to do. That's its downside, is that it's got you know, like you've got the ears, you've got the arms, you've got the feet, and they're so cute, are the feet. I love those feet. And the tail, the head and the body are done in one piece, which that makes that bit a bit easier. And then of course you've got the scarf to do. So if you don't like attaching parts on, or if you don't like, I'll just take scarf off actually, I meant to do that. So it's got a funny little neck because I went down to what it suggested for the neck. If I were to do it again, I think it was 12 stitches, I think I'd do it to 18. I thought with a smaller item I'd do a smaller neck, but I think it would have took 18. So if you don't like that, and the arms, they go down to 4 stitches at the top, which, you know, it's only a couple of rounds, but it, you know, like the hard work to do. But apart from that, I would say it's an easy to follow pattern. So yeah, I've no qualms recommending it. And like I say, if you don't like I-cords and things, which like I say, life's too short sometimes to do things like I-cords, you can cheat and do something like this. So yeah, not too bad to do. So yeah, give him a go. Like I say, he's a free pattern from Hobby or Hobby. So yeah, give it a go. So I'll be back tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you.